I'm Sue.
And I'm Julia, and welcome to episode 13 of Sticks and Stones. Today on Sticks and Stones, we're going to be talking about all things fall. We have a fun roundup of different crafts that we've done, and we have some ideas for you on patterns and yarn that you might want to partake of to celebrate the season. And then we also have our progress to show you, and we'll be doing a DIY with a fun fall twist. Join us! So welcome back.
Hi, I'm frantically trying to finish this project for the knit along. Don't mind me, you just keep talking.
Sue does have till the end of the month to finish it, but show everybody how much you've done.
Ta-da!
Yay! I think you're doing great.
Well, thanks. I have a couple of problems here and there, but I kind of figured a lot of it out. Sort of.
Yeah.
I'm of the keep going ilk. I did try to fix some stuff, and sometimes I feel like when you start fixing, you make another problem somewhere else, and at some point I just say, enough of that, I'm just going to keep knitting. And we'll see what happens when I get to the end.
Well, the fact that you can knit and talk is a huge step in the right direction.
Well, thank you. I've been
people can't do
practicing
that.
all week. Well, I'm only doing one thing. So
yeah, but you know,
I don't have to change stitches or count anything. So no, it's going actually pretty well. There are definitely, I made some buttonholes in it. I did figure out that it was because I was not moving my yarn behind and front when I was changing stitches.
That'll just be good for hanging it up to dry.
There you go. This side just is a fancy pants stitch from doing that. So yeah, I mean, I love the colors on this. Oh, right, you're seeing the wrong side.
Yeah, I'll turn it around so you can see the front.
So I like the colors on this, and as I said before, I believe I said this before, the colors on this help you as a beginner see where you're messing up. So, you know, you're able to pull it out and see, like right here in the middle of the blue stitches, if there's like a yellow stitch or a red stitch, you can tell, oh, that's really not supposed to be there. And that helped me figure out a couple of times that I had done something wrong that I don't think I would have noticed it otherwise. And so I have to say that I really like this bright, because, you know, it's not suggested that you use variegated yarn really when you start, but because it's such different colors, I think it's very helpful.
That's a really good tip.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of tempted to finish this and then redo it again, just to see if I can do it the right way. Uh-oh, what did I do?
Just take it off the end.
Okay.
You're good.
Whew, that's a close one. I gotta finish this row. So anyway, yeah, so this was our knit along, although you told me that we actually did a different pattern, right?
Yeah, actually the pattern I posted was this one.
There were 3, and I just started with the top one because it was the easiest.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, there was 3 on the beginner pattern, and I figured we'd all do the same one. If I put the garter stitch one, then it would all kind of be, we'd do the same one. But if you do the first one or the second one, that's okay too. With September, I figure we're just kind of starting in slow, so just the fact that you've joined is huge, and I love having the conversations, and I think I've learned an awful lot this month that sometimes patterns and yarn just don't go together, and I've given up on that gray yarn that I was using, and I went back to cotton, and it turned out 1,000 times better, and so this one's actually done now.
Nice! So that was what we were supposed to do.
Yeah. It's alright. It's alright one way or another. So this is just this is the 3rd one on that easy one. I haven't done the cable one yet. That's my next one to get to, but like I said, my yarn that I was trying before, it just wasn't cooperating, so I need to find something that will work better with the pattern. And sometimes I guess that's just a lesson we learn, that
it's a crafting emergency.
Yeah. You hear the siren?
I'm sorry. The lesson we learn is
that
things don't always go the way that you expect them to.
And sometimes substituting a yarn, when you substitute, it just may not end up, even if it's the same weight yarn and you're using the right needles and you got the right gauge, it may not look right. So, especially when you're doing a garment or something, keep that in mind, that if it's not looking the way you want it to look, don't force it. Try something different. This luckily was a small enough square that I could take it out 3 times and not get too frustrated. So yeah, that's mine is done. You gonna keep going?
Well, I'll show my stuff and then I'll keep going.
Okay.
Because I have to do 2 stitches in this row, and it's going to take a little bit of brain power. So, besides that, the only other thing I managed to finish is this necklace for my niece. Back in episode 4, I believe, I showed the owl necklace that I made for my sister-in-law with resin, and she said my niece was stealing it. So I said I will make one for her, and she's 6, so pink, horses, So there's going to be 2 for her too. She can choose which one she wants to wear.
Very nice.
And this one has a little bit of sparkle in it. So.
Did you use fabric for those too?
No, actually I just downloaded some images.
Okay.
And colored them.
Oh, with like colored pencil?
That one's colored pencil and marker, and this one's colored pencil. And yeah, that one I put a layer of resin in, and then I put some sparkly, this ultra fine glitter, which looks like sugar when you use it. It's so fine because I didn't want the glitter to obscure the picture. So I'm not sure if it's maybe too fine. It's not super glittery, but
no, I think
maybe another layer of glitter. One more.
Yeah.
So
it's pink and it's got horses, like you said. So
that's all that really counts when you're 6.
When you're 6.
So that's all I've managed to accomplish. Besides our DIY stuff.
Right.
Which we're going to talk about later.
Did you want to show your Halloween stuff?
Oh yeah, we were talking about Halloween because it's going to be coming soon, so we started.
Get started on the costumes.
Well, I did help my kids make these because one of my kids wants to be Artemis, who is the goddess of the hunt. So we actually went to a Renaissance fair, and they came back, and there was archery there.
Right.
And they really wanted to be able to do archery, so we cut these branches off of our pussy willow and wrapped it with artificial sinew, and we made arrows out of what is this, zebra grass. And so I just kind of slit in them, and it actually works. Let's see if I can shoot it without
get out of the way
or the camera. Wait. It's kind of starting to fray a little bit, and I don't think I'm going to let her. She made a quiver, but I'm not going to let her have arrows in it. So it does shoot.
Woo! Look at that.
Yeah, they're pretty impressed. They have set up like a target and everything. And
that's cool.
Yeah. So
this was my my Halloween contribution. My daughter wants to be Laura Ingalls, so I pulled out some of my homespun and made her a little shawl. This is a miniature Age of Brass and Steam. And she wants me to put a button on it so she can wear it over her shoulders.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's one.
And she's gonna have the pigtails and the pail. She's gonna have the lunch pail.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a good one.
But it's just like a bucket.
She wants to wrap the book because our school does a positive character parade instead of just a Halloween parade where you need to have a book that has a character that you dress up like. So she wants to bring the book and wrap it in the belts, like they used to carry them to school, so she can carry the book that way. So I don't know about the lunch pail, but that'll be fun too.
Might be too many accessories.
Yeah. And we have to go out and buy her a prairie skirt.
Fun.
Yeah, because
you should be able to make one of those.
I'm not sure I'm that ahead of the game though. I have 3 kids, and all 3 of them need a costume, so I'm not sure I'm that ahead of things.
I think that just elastic and a full skirt should be able to do it. Yep. Just take it and put I used to make skirts for my kids all the time for dress up. Just fold it over and sew it, and then put elastic in it, and it'll just gather.
Well, I guess I could do that.
Yeah, just have to get a nice calico, because they were all about their calicos.
Yeah, nice.
I remember I had no idea what that was. They always used to talk about them, that they go to the store and get the calicos that had just come in from far away.
I told my daughter actually she should be married because she has blonde hair, and I remember always in the books Laura would talk about how she had brown hair and had to wear pink ribbons to go against her brown hair, and her sister had gold hair and got to wear the blue ribbons, and how exciting it was the day that Ma got mixed up and put the wrong ribbons on girls. These little things that stand out in your head from years and years and years ago. And so I kept thinking, do I put blue ribbons in her hair, or do I put the brown ribbon or the pink ribbons because she wants to be Laura? I don't know. Anyway, onward.
Man, you have a lot to think about. I can't believe you got anything done this week.
These are my mind. Yeah, anyway. All right, so my other project, my son wants me to make him this really crazy sweater. He wants dinosaurs, tractors, sharks, dragons, trains, trucks, and cars all in one sweater. So my modification is to make him a little sweater with a road on the bottom, and I put a little pocket in it to put some of his little goodies. But I'm just about done with the first armband, and so we're chugging along with that. So that's been fun. And then my other fun thing, Knitty just came out with their Deep Fall issue, and they have these really crazy socks.
Ooh, those are pretty.
That are called Stitch Surfers. So I threw these together this week. I was just kind of playing around with it, and they've been really, really fun.
Those are neat. So is this the bottom, the sole?
This is the bottom here.
Oh, the white part is
and that's
the
the
sole.
heel. It's
oh,
both.
Right. Oh, okay.
So, and I have the little heel started. I'm just about to go up the leg. So this is actually the top of the foot, and the colors go back and forth, and the other sock will be opposite. So when you have them next to each other, it looks like a giant zigzag between the colors. So just a really different way of putting together socks. So if you guys are creative about your socks and want to try something new, knitty.com is where I got this from, and that's also a free pattern. So
great.
yeah.
So
sorry, go ahead.
That's about it, right?
Yeah.
On to our DIY.
We'll be making a fun little fall project. So
yes.
Stick around, join us, and we'll be right back.
Okay. Alright, for today's DIY, we're going to make a candy corn tree. I saw the picture of this on the internet and I thought it was fabulous. It looks so cute. So what I did is I got a branch. This is actually from a sycamore tree. I like sycamore trees because they're all knobby like this without being, you know, and craggy, and they have just a neat structure to them. And so my original intention was to put floral foam in here, and then I discovered, oh, I don't have floral foam, and I really wasn't going to run out to Michael's to get it really quick because I didn't have time. So I improvised, and I took a cardboard box and I cut the cardboard box in a strip and wrapped it around the tree, and then also stuffed some more in there to keep it in there. And this is a container I got out of my recycling bin. And so there we go. Instead of floral foam, we're using cardboard today. It does fall over a little bit, but once we get the candy corn in around it, it will stay up. The other thing I'm going to do is, my family loves candy corn, and if I just made this decorative, they'd probably be picking the gluey candy corns off of here, so I have to actually allow them to eat it. So to make this both decorative but then have candy corn around the bottom here so that they can eat it, I took a piece of fabric and I cut it in a circle so it's quite a bit bigger than the container, and I just winged this. It's not a beautiful circle because you're not going to really see the ends. And so I'm going to take that and wrap it around the bottom here, and I have a rubber band already on my container, and that way it'll cover up the cardboard, it'll look nice, and then also the candy corn can be on here and I'll feel like my family can eat it and it doesn't taste like branch. So we're just going to pull this up over the edges around here to make it a nice little shape like that. Alright, and then I have a bowl here that I'm going to stick the whole thing inside of. And then we just have to glue away. If it stops. See, actually, if you put the candy corn in here, it keeps it from moving. So we'll put the candy corn in, a little bit in anyway, to start with, to keep it stable. You could also put a rock in the bottom of this dish so that it keeps from falling over. The dish is a little bit bowed on the bottom, so that's why it keeps falling over. And then, really simply, you're just going to take some candy corn and glue 2 or 3 at a time, and stick the candy corns on. And it will look like candy corns are growing out of the tree, which I think is so much fun. There we go. I'll put some here. And you're going to fill the whole thing up. That's what's nice about these little knobby things. You can put some little candy corns at each of these knobbies, like it just, I don't know if that one's going to fall off. I would definitely use hot glue for this because it dries fast and you can really put a big glob on there and then stick the candy corn to it. Like that, and put them in all different directions so it looks like little flowers. But you're going to fill up all the branches as much or as little as you want with these candy corns, and then when you're all finished, you can, all my candy corn went underneath, put the candy corn on top like that, and that way my family can eat it and not eat gluey corn. Pretty simple, but pretty fun. So there you have it. Candy corn tree. So I finished the tree. I put all the candy corns on it. It looks so cute.
It is really cute.
I love it. I love it.
Don't eat it.
I know. Well, we can eat the candy corn in the bottom. I have a feeling I'm going to have to fill it up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's going to go pretty fast.
It's very cute. I think you did a good job with that.
Oh, thanks. Well, you know, me and a glue gun. Good job. Anyway, so we have some ideas for other fall projects.
Yeah, I think, speaking for myself, I'm sure you as well, I love the fall. There's not a whole lot better that you can get with the cool air and the bright colors and, not bright, reds and yellows. It's different.
It's just beautiful palette.
It's a much different bright than springtime. So I have lots of stuff I could show you, lots of ideas for fall.
Go.
So. Well, I've been very into owls lately. And so I found some fun little things. This is a little owl guy. I'll post the pattern for him, but he took about an hour. He was so quick. I'm not sure if it's an owl or a cat, but
I think it's an owl.
it could be a cat if you really wanted it to be, if you did it right. So, but I just thought he was fun, and he could be a little present for somebody, or
He could go sit in the tree.
yeah. He's gonna knock
fall
the tree
off.
over. And then I made this little necklace too with an owl on it. I'll show you a closer picture of that too.
Fun.
But I've been practicing my jewelry skills some more, and I just think it's fun to have a little touch of fall around your neck. So I did that. And something else I found on Pinterest, which is where we've been getting an awful lot of ideas lately, is to make this little, I don't know what you call it. He's got roving, and it's wrapped with mohair. Little pumpkin guy. I think he's originally from Martha Stewart Crafts.
So.
And hers are much more uniform and much more pumpkin colored because Martha
Because she's
Stewart,
Martha Stewart.
she can do everything. Mine,
You're Julia Swart.
I know.
This is Julia Swart.
Not Martha Stewart. But mine, I only had gray yarn, so I thought, well, it'll look like a Lumina pumpkin, and it kind of looks like, I don't know, it's not quite what I was hoping it would be, but it's kind of cute nonetheless. So
Yeah, I think it would be cute with orange.
Yeah, and I
And
used
you
some.
could navel felt the little ridges in.
Yeah, you could really make it more of a shaped. I used some orange roving underneath and then just wrapped it with the mohair. So we'll show you a link for that one too. And then I wanted to show you a couple of my favorite fall yarns and fibery things. I have a whole ton of leaf motif patterns, socks, sweaters. I mean, anything you can think of. I just love the fall. So I'll put a couple of those up, free patterns that, you know, if you guys feel like getting out there and trying some fall themed things. But this was one of my favorite little things that I made for the kids when they were small. Tiny little pumpkin hat.
That's really cute. I love this stem.
Yeah, and surprisingly, I think this is a baby hat, but it fit at the time my 5-year-old. So it stretches quite a bit, and this was neat for a Halloween costume. It makes using a little hat is a lot easier than going out and buying the whole big hooded costume, and this just kind of adds a little bit of something on their head without having to do their face. So, and this was also a free pattern.
So are you going to put the free patterns on Ravelry or our website or both?
Yeah, I'll put them in the show notes, and then I can link to the show notes from Ravelry, so you can get to them either way. But I'll be right there for you guys to go through at your leisure.
Your leisure.
Yeah.
So you can find them at Sticks and Stones podcast.
Yes. Try it again. Sticks and Stones podcast.wordpress.com.
Or the Ravelry group,
Yes.
Sticks and Stones.
Yeah, we'll have it all in both places.
Which is at Ravelry.com.
Yes.
Which I can't even say that word. Ravelry.
And you get used to it over time.
It sounds like it marbles in my mouth. Or a whole bunch of candy corn. Ravelry.
Yeah. Well, let me just show you a couple of my favorite yarns that I have that are fall colored, and then Sue can show you some of her little crafts. But this is what I got. It's from String Theory, and I think I got it more for the name of the yarn than I did for the actual color.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, but I love the name String Theory. It just cracks me up because, you know.
Is that the name of the company?
Yeah. Inside.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the name of the yarn. I was just reading an article about choosing paint colors, and it said, do not be won over by the name of the paint color because you'll choose the wrong one.
Probably true. But I don't think you can go wrong with this
yarn.
one. Yeah,
because it's only like, you know, a couple of bucks.
Much smaller scale.
Yeah. Not an entire room.
But my inner geek is saying, buy the String Theory. So, but this green I thought was really pretty. It's muted enough that it really starts to look like the fall green when the leaves start to go a little bit. And I bought it to do something with this. This
will look nice together.
This is Madeline Tosh, and the color is saffron. And I personally love Madeline Tosh. I just think it's got really neat depth to the color, and it's not an outrageous price for what you're getting. I mean, this is, I think, 395 yards. You can do quite a bit with that, and combined with it too, you can make a pretty big project. So I may do something with these fall colors.
Fun.
This is what I picked up locally at one of our yarn festivals. It's by Light Brown Hair, and it's her Jackrabbit yarn. And
is it made out of jackrabbits?
No, it's not. It's wool, but because her name is Light Brown Hair, her brand, she does all of her yarns based on rabbits. So, but I thought these colors were kind of fun too. Yes, H-A-R-E. This I think will be some kind of a little shawlette with a leaf border.
Fun.
That'll be really nice.
Yeah, that would look nice as a shawlette.
And for those of you who only have box stores to go to, because I know there's many people out there who don't really have the luxury of getting to fiber festivals every other weekend. Not that I do either, but this is Patton's Croy. I just got this at Hobby Lobby, I think, and the colors again are really neat. They're a little brighter than some, but they're kind of fun, fallish shades. So get out there and find yourself some nice autumn toned yarn to match the leaves.
Fun.
And you have done what?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, actually I did. I made the pumpkin border is something we put along our windows, and that started a couple years ago when my kids were in cutting phases, you know, when kids like all they want to do is cut, and they always wanted me to draw hearts. And it got to be fall, and I was like, all right, enough with the hearts. So I started making pumpkin shapes, and then I taped them all together. And so we had made enough at one point that almost every window in our house had a border of pumpkins along the bottom of it, and I like it. I like the little pumpkin patch.
Yeah,
and I also made the little owl that's hanging in the middle. The two on the sides are from Pier 1. It's the impulse buy, but they're so cute. And that guy, he's made from a toilet paper tube and cupcake papers and cardstock, and it came from the recent issue of Family Fun. This one has a lot. It just came out, and it has lots of fun fall things to do. So, and back when we on episode 6, right, we did needle felting, and I showed you this pumpkin. So it's kind of the same concept as your pumpkin in one way. Yours has a foam ball inside, right?
Actually, this is a ball of yarn inside. Because I didn't have any foam balls, so I just used an old ball of yarn I don't use anymore.
Work. Yeah. You know, and you can needle felt that really easily. So, yeah, so that's some of the ideas I have for decorating for fall. Yeah. I'm ready for fall.
It's time for fall. But feel free to post that, you know, if you have ideas. I would love to hear some of your ideas.
Definitely.
You can put some on the thread or some in the comments. And if you have any good projects you've done, I'd love to see pictures of those too.
Yes, definitely.
The more idea sharing, the better.
That's right, and don't forget to go online beginning of October and get our new pattern for the knit along.
We'll have 2 new patterns for the square knit along. September will be wrapping up here pretty soon. In October, just to clarify, in order to be part of the prize drawing, you will have to finish your square. So don't forget about that. Jump on in early. I'll have a beginner pattern and a advanced pattern. Both will be 12-inch size, so hopefully we can combine them if that's something you were trying to do with an Afghan or a scarf or whatever it was you were working on. They should be able to combine pretty easy, and it'll give you some good gauge practice.
Oh boy,
I know.
Gauge. I haven't even thought about that.
So, but take a look there. I'll have everything posted for you starting October 1st, and we'll continue on along. We've been having some really good conversations, so I'm happy to see what everybody's been learning and talking about, and the different projects that people have done. It's been really fun to see.
Definitely. Well, thanks for joining us for another episode of Sticks and Stones. Have a great day. Bye. Happy fall.